Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Journeyman Football Manager with the Zebu Nation. Season 5 is upon us. We are with the Wolves of Wolverhampton, and we are entering the 2020 season of the English Premier League. Now, last year, if you watched our preseason spectacular video, you saw that we finished 8th last year, which is pretty good. And I'm not going to lie, it's a pretty big accomplishment for the Wolves. This season, yet again, expectations are low from the board, from the media, from everybody else is saying just avoid relegation. Don't worry about competing with the big boys. Just try to stay in the league. But we're not satisfied with that. Players aren't satisfied with that. So we're gonna try to do much better this season. We're gonna try to smash expectations, get into the top 5. That is my goal. Not, I'm not going to put my money where my mouth is, honestly, and tell the board that. But my goal is to get yeah, top 5. Okay, that may be a bit of a sellout, to not actually put the chips on the table. But we'll figure that out. We haven't quite got to that part of the season. We can still make some changes. The board is still asking us lots of questions. So, we could possibly let them in on the plan. But for now, we're going to keep it to ourselves. As you can see, board expectation is just avoid relegation. And that's fine for now. We got some of our matchups here. We got the EFL Cup matchup versus Portsmouth. Portsmouth is a Sky Bet League 1 team. So, honestly, we should beat them. Hopefully, we could beat them with our second team. But, we'll figure that out when we get there. For now, let's talk about the preseason. How did the preseason go? And how did we fare? We fared excellently. Very well. We dominated pretty much all of our opponents in the preseason. As you can see, undefeated in the preseason, a lot of green. Our one blemish was a draw versus AFC Telford. This is a game we played a completely rotated side. So, just kind of ran through the motions out there and struggled to a 1-1 draw. But part of that, I think, was a little bit of let off from the game before, where if you watched the preseason spectacular last episode, you saw us beat Juventus 3-2, one of the best teams in the world, and we beat them 3-2. It was an outstanding match. It was just back and forth and just all kinds of action. Obviously, 5 goals in the match. And you might say, well, it was preseason and they probably played, a rotated side or something like that. But honestly, they didn't. I mean, they played most of their big guns against us. Ederson, very fine goalkeeper, 26 years old. Look at that, 20 kicking, 17 rushing out. This guy, and we scored 3 goals on this guy. That's pretty good. They played Conti, they played Kadira, they played Dybala. They played a lot of their big dudes. Isco, this dude's really talented. I mean, all their guys are really talented, and we managed to beat them. So I think that tells me anyway that if we can beat them, we can beat anybody in the Premier League. It's just a matter of finding that consistency and winning the games we should win early in the season, much like our very first matchup of the year versus Sheffield Wednesday. This game is on television, so we got $1.5 million for it from the TV revenue, so that's cool. Take a look at these guys. They're not that good. They got one pretty good player in Stefaniak, but they were just promoted. You can see here they were second in the Sky Bet Championship last year, so they just got promoted, so they've still got a ways to go in terms of building their roster to be a Premier League roster. So these guys, we should catch them early in the season before they make too many of those roster moves, so we should be able to beat them, I think. So yeah, that is our matchup. Let's quickly go down the checklist. We went in depth with the checklist last episode, so let's just briefly run through it. Finances, still very good, $65 million in the bank, $54 million transfer budget, only spending 58 of $80 million payroll, so we're operating well under our budget. The board is very happy about that. And speaking of the board, we're up here very secure. 62%. They're a little unhappy with us for interviewing for other jobs, but they'll have to live with that for now because this is the Journeyman save, and we're just keeping our options open. So the other thing the board is doing, they're improving our training facilities, improving our youth facilities. Those are some some requests that I made that said, if you do these things, I'll stay at the club. And so I'm staying at the club, I guess. Anyway, speaking of the club, here we are, 3.5-star reputation, rich finances, no continental competitions. Everything is looking pretty good. Profile general. Have we ever looked at general here? Legends. We're not a legend. Are we an icon? No, we're not even an icon. We did get them promoted and finished pretty good. But I guess it takes more than that. It takes a championship of some sort, I think, to become an icon. I'm kind of used to like MLS teams where if you win like 20 games, oh my God, you're an icon. But anyway, that's that. And this is this. And let's go. Is there anything else we need to look at? Oh, I know, transfers. So we had a little bit of movement in the transfer market. We picked up George Lopez from Pachuca for $6 million. He's a 20-year-old Mexican left defender. He's a young kid. Got him for $8 million. Maybe overpaid a little bit for him, but I'm just so anxious with these transfers. I'm just kind of, I don't know. This guy had a lot of potential. Let's put it that way. He's got a lot of potential, and he was willing to come to us, which I'm discovering that's the main problem with these transfers and getting promoted into the Premier League, is that we don't quite have the status of a lot of teams around the world. So when we try to go after these big players, they're just not interested, and it's kind of frustrating. However, that being said, we've got a few transfers in the hopper, including this one here for Iver Fossum? Iver, I don't know. Iver Fossum from Hanover, German First Division, $38 million. Look at this guy. It's very expensive. So let's take a look. Is this guy worth $38 million? Well, he's valued at 39. So I mean, we got a bargain right there, right? It's $1 million off. Nothing to sneeze at, I suppose. All right. So we paid a lot. Or we're going to pay a lot. The deal isn't quite done yet. However, we scouted this guy. 98%, 12 pros, 2 cons. He's not interested in loan, and he counts towards 4, and those are his only cons. Other than that, he's determined. He wants to leave his squad for a bigger squad. We're technically a bigger squad, so that's why we were able to get this guy. And he's got great movement off the ball. He's got international experience. He's a leading player. Like my scouts told me, look down here at the bottom, sign this guy whatever the price. So we did that. $38 million. The real reason we went after this guy was this one right down here. Might be interested in joining our club. So we had to promise this guy a few things. We had to throw a lot of money at him, signing bonuses, all that kind of stuff. But he did agree with us. And if you look at him here, as a midfielder, which is what he plays, he is better than our other midfielders, even though we got pretty good midfielders. And I would have preferred to improve either the defense or the attack over the midfield, but this guy was just too good to pass up. I mean, look at these stats. He can run for days as a box-to-box midfielder. Fitness and stamina through the roof. All his other physicals are pretty darn good. His mental attributes are just off the charts. Work rate and off the ball. This guy's and aggression. This guy's going to add to our offense from the midfield. I think it's going to be a real different dimension to our team. So I'm very excited about that. His technicals, they don't blow you away, but they're pretty solid. And he's only 23 years old, so he's got the potential to get a little bit better even. So I think we just had to make this signing. There was no way around it. He's not going to play in the game today, but he's going to play sometime. And even after we pay the $38 million, we're going to have close to $20 million left in the bank, so we can make another signing, probably central defense or striker. But don't hold me to that because, as I mentioned, we can't just go out and pick anybody. We can only take the guys who are willing to come play for us. All right, so that's it. Let's get to the match preview versus Sheffield. Looks like they're going with the old 4-4-2. Detailed report. Okay, so they're not very good defensively in the 4-4-2. 133 to 112, whatever. Let's just go. Team selection. Take a look at our team for this year. It is basically the same as last year. Mignolet in goal. No one will ever be a better goalkeeper than Simone Mignolet. I saw this guy play this weekend, and I can see now why people are frustrated with him. Like, he will make a great play and then a friggin' boneheaded play. Like, he gave away a penalty kick. He just ran out when he probably shouldn't have ran out and just crushed this guy in the box and got a penalty. But then he saved the penalty kick. So it's like, I can see people's frustration. Anyway, he's not done much of that for us. He's been very good for us. So there you go. Fullbacks, Smith and Garbett back again. Danny Bath, Alfie Mawson. Alfie Mawson has been wanting more playing time. He's been deserving more playing time. He was our rock in the preseason. He was there every game in the preseason. Played very well. And also, we have some injuries on the defense. So, namely, House is injured. So this is Mawson's chance to secure himself in the starting lineup. McCarthy back at defensive midfielder. He's getting older. Still only 29 years old. Well, not only, still 29 years old, but he'll reach his 30th birthday this year. But he's still a very, very, very good player. Cody McGinn at the central midfield. We're trying Callum McGregor up top instead of Walker. Been frustrated with Walker to the point we tried to get rid of him in the offseason. Nobody wanted him for any sort of reasonable price. And also, Molina is injured again. So we're starting to see some injury problems with Molina. So with that in mind, we brought back one of our youngsters, Alan Taylor, 19-year-old Welshman. Brought him back from his loan because he just wasn't performing very well on his loan. You can look, his stats are all down so this is why we brought him back from the loan. He just he wasn't liking it out on loan. So brought him back. Gonna see if we can get him some playing time. And if he improves, if he starts getting better at that attacking midfielder, then I think we'll go with him for the season. And the same as with a lot of our other youngsters, the Blake brothers, Keith and Mason Blake. If anybody falters this season, we're going to try to shove those guys in the lineup. But striker position, we're a little bit, we've got a 4-man rotation now, maybe even a 5-man rotation. So we got plenty of strikers, including our new signee that we bought at the late transfer window last year, and he couldn't show up until this year. Patrick Schick, as you saw earlier, had a great game against Juventus, so we got some high hopes for this guy. He's 6'2", so he's a pretty big, advanced striker. He's got very good physicals, mentals, technicals. He's just a pretty good player, but he's a gamer. So hopefully he can continue that. Diamantakos, people tried to buy him in the offseason. We didn't fall for it just because he's played so well. Also, Ekpom, we got a lot of room, or we need to make a lot of room for these strikers. I don't know if we're going to be able to keep all of them for the full season. They might get upset unless there are some injuries. And speaking of injuries, we did have an injury to Simone Gantz, 6 to 8 weeks. So that takes one of our 4 strikers out of the rotation. But we still have Noah Dico sitting there on the bench. This guy's been very, very loyal to us. He doesn't want to leave. He doesn't want to go anywhere. So we'll just reward him with some playing time down the road. All right. This is it. That's it. All done. Let's go submit team. All right. Diamond formation, of course. Nothing but a diamond will do. We did Mason Blake needs a number. Who is this? He is our goalkeeper. That's right. We just brought him up from the under-23s and sent our young French goalkeeper down to the under-23s. So we're going to give him the classic number 41, Mason Blake. There you go. Yeah, I want him to get more playing time with the first team this year. Not that he's going to replace Mignolet real soon, but he's going to replace him in a couple of years. So we need him to get that old playing time. All right, here we go. Let's do what we do. They're doing the 4-4-2. So we'll just close down on the strikers. It looks like their fullback here, their left fullback, Cameron Bothwick Jackson. Hey, I recognize this dude. We had him, right? He was on our one of our earlier teams. 23 years old. Yeah. He was on loan with us. That's right. Yeah, in our first season with the Wolves. So yeah, he's pretty good. Let's see. Crossing's very good. Yeah, this guy's all right. So we'll keep an eye on him. He likes to come forward, and then we'll keep an eye on their wingers, as we usually do. Papelu seems to drop back. He must be some sort of deep-lying playmaker or something. Anyway, we should be able to beat these guys. We got our full squad, full force, full fury. Come on, guys. Show me what you can do. Let's go. Molyneux, we sold 18,000, 19,000 season tickets this season. So we're, the fans, the supporters are behind us. Opening day. Lovely, lovely day here at Molyneux. Crowd is alive and electric. There's McGinn. Now, when we get this new signee in, we got to decide who we're going to rotate out for him. It's going to be a tough choice. I might move McGinn up to advanced midfielder, at least until Molina comes back, and then we got to figure out a rotation. Maybe we got to sell somebody. I don't know. Now, here's the first true highlight of the game. Garbett has the ball. Far side, looking to make a play. Just centers it wildly. There's McGregor. McGregor getting forward. And the reason why I wanted to play McGregor more at the advanced position was that he's got some good technical skills for attacking. So I figured he might be able to use those a little better from the advanced playmaker role. Or actually, he's in the attacking midfielder role. So that's even more likely for him to use those skills. All right, here's first highlight for Sheffield. Rhodes gets a shot on Mignolet. Just steers it aside. So I worry that now that I know, I've seen firsthand the frustrations with Mignolet, I worry that now I'm going to start getting frustrated with him just based on that. But I'm going to try to hold my opinions of him to just what happens in Football Manager. And in Football Manager, he has been fine. He's been steady. He's been, everything we need back there in goal. All right, here we go. Here's another highlight. Throw in from Furlong on the far side. Looks like Sheffield's going to get another highlight. Not happy about this. Rhodes down that sideline. There we go. Garbett gets the steal. McCarthy moves it up. There's Schick dropping deep to get the ball. Is he going to pass it off to McGregor? Yes, he is. McGregor is getting forward. Lazy pass to Diamantakos, but Diamantakos makes up for it with a great pass out to Garbett. Centering pass to nobody. Morrison is there. What are we doing for our instructions here? Counter. Let's go to standard. McGinn with a steal to McGregor. Cody has it now. Schick. Is he going to get it forward? There's McGregor. Slots it. Nice. All right, we're going to cancel. Damn it. I was going to cancel those changes. Hear that crowd roar for the first goal of the season. Colin McGregor. Not Conor McGregor. There's Schick. He just beats the whole defense, gets forward, slots it in. Maybe we should have been playing McGregor here all along, since he does have those offensive skills. But, things come and go. They ebb and flow. So now we've moved to standard when we probably should be on counterattack. And we were on counterattack when we probably should have been on standard. But anyway, Smith, Cody, McGregor. We've got a very good defensive team. At least in the midfield. Our midfield is very good defensively. So I think we're not going to have too many problems in that area. I still feel the problem is going to be on offense, but maybe not. Here's McGregor trying to make another play. Gets it out wide to Garbett. Garbett centers all the way across to Schick. Wow. What a pass. What a pass. So, see the play again. McGregor makes a nice pass out to Garbett. He's trying to solidify himself in that advanced playmaker. And then Garbett to Schick. Just, wow. Outstanding play. But, this is kind of the caliber of team we played in the preseason. Is just a step below us. And I feel Sheffield is definitely a step below us. Garbett with another cross. Not quite as high quality as this previous one. So, yeah, I guess we can't get too excited about this. It's like, you learn, if you watch the NFL, the National Football League at all, they are the kings of making proclamations after 1 week. You know, like first week of the season, oh my God, the sky is falling, or oh my God, they're going to win the Super Bowl. So let's try not to fall into that trap here. McGregor gets dispossessed there, but Mawson on the back line, Cody. Got a lot of big redheads on this team. So it's, I don't know what that means. I don't know why I pointed that out, but it's just something I noticed, and I said it. Mawson is one of those redheads, and McCarthy is the other. So two of our best defenders. McCarthy, the Irishman, up to Garbett. See if Garbett's made some good plays today. I guess he's got a pretty favorable matchup out there on the right side of their defense. Cody to McGregor. Demon Tacos can't make a turn. Cody looking. McGregor with the shot. That's an element he brings to us at the advanced playmaker role, the attacking midfielder role. He does have the ability to shoot from long distance. Mawson again. Mawson is very good at that, coming up from central defense and sort of keeping the ball in the attacking zone. McGregor up to Schick. He tries to take a shot, but we get a corner out of it. So I don't know if we're going to be able to comment for all of these highlights. It's only 26 minutes down in the half, and there's just comments everywhere. There's Mawson, heads it on. So Mawson is definitely stumping for more playing time as well. I mean, this guy, he really wants to get in there, and he's playing very well, so it's going to be hard to keep him out of the lineup, honestly. He might take House's spot. It's hard for him to take Danny Bath's spot because Danny Bath is our captain. But he's definitely going to be in the rotation much more heavily, much more frequently. We can rotate 3 defenders in and out pretty good. Here's Schick now on the drive. He just fires one up and over the goal. Are we working the ball in the box? Yeah. That's fine. So we're playing a disciplined game today. Might want to go back to counterattack or control even. Sort of take it the other way. There is their first real shot. Minole handles it fine. No problemo. Doesn't drop it. Doesn't, just punch it out or do something weird. No problem. 6.9 rating. That's pretty good. Goalkeepers get a bad rap when it comes to rating. Minole is starting to drop some attributes here a little bit. Being at 32 years old, he's still got at least 3 good years as a goalkeeper, but I don't know how long we're going to keep him. It all depends. It all depends on the development of Blake. There's another shot. Minole has to make a reflex save there. Does so just fine. They get a corner out of it on the near side. Couldn't read that name. There's Mawson again on that back line. Looks like Diamantaco's going to get to it and start the counterattack. Here we go. Diamantaco's on the run. He's got a man open. It's Schick. Schick plays it wide to Smith. Not a great pass. Smith has to backtrack and reset the offense to McCarthy. We do have our fullbacks going forward in attack. That's the best way to do it in this diamond formation, is to send your fullbacks in attack. There's Cody to McGinn. McGinn making a play to Diamantacos, but the defense is there. Morrison. There's that man Mawson again as the backstop. Work the ball right back. Schick. Forward to McGinn. Forward to Diamantacos. He looked off sides and he whirs. 40 minutes down. We're definitely still dominating this match, as we should. There's a lazy pass from Cody. Turns into a counterattack. Murphy down the near sideline. Fullbacks have to race back to get him. This is the drawback. Ouch. Counterattack. This is the drawback to the diamond. When you send your fullbacks forward, you are susceptible to the counterattack down the wings. But every strategy is susceptible to something. Minole got a fingertip on that one, but he couldn't stop it. Every formation, every strategy is susceptible in some way or another, and that's the diamond's weakness, is counterattacks down the wing. All right, so if that bugs you, if you hate that more than anything, then don't play the diamond, or don't put your fullbacks in attack. But in my opinion, fullbacks and attack is the way to go. So you just got to live with it. Just, you know, take it as the price of doing business, because you can really dominate the center of the field, like we're doing right here. As McGregor wins it to McGinn. The highlight ends, but it's hard for other teams to work down the middle against you when you play the diamond. So you just got to accept some limitations on the wing. All right, here's Stefaniak, their best player, making a move on the outside, centers it, header. Okay, Smith is there to clean it up. That was pretty dangerous. If they had a better attacker on that wing, that might have been a goal. Danny Bath has suffered a gash on his leg. Gashed head. That's fine. We'll just patch him up, keep him out there. 53 minutes. See if he's got a headband on. Oh, here's Cody. Cody's going to fire it just wide. All right, it's 60 minutes. We're probably going to sub Diamantakos. He's not playing very well. And then maybe Cody, because he's got that yellow card. Maybe we should change to control it, retain possession. We don't want to get caught on another one of those counterattacks. Here's Smith getting excited, going up against 3 men. Finally finds the outlet pass to McGinn, then back out wide to Smith. Can he get the centering pass? Nope. Drops it all the way back to McCarthy. Just playing with these boys in the midfield. There's Garbett. You can really play the triangle with the diamond, obviously, because there's so many. Just look at the triangles out on the field right now. You can envision them. McGinn out to Garbett. Garbett going for player of the match here, but not a good cross. McGinn out wide to Smith. Smith getting incredibly narrow here for some reason. McGinn looking for players up front. I think we got too many players in attack mode there. As McGregor gets it to Diamantakos. That was an extended highlight, so I think we're gonna see a few more of those. All right, let's make these substitutions. Garbett is also kind of tired, but he's looking calm. So we might drop him back to support, just to save him a little bit of breath. I'm gonna bring in Akpom for Diamantakos. I mean, we don't need to score more goals, but I don't like to reward bad play, so we're going to get him out of there. And then I think we'll move McCarthy up to ball winner and bring in the youngster Blake at defensive midfielder. Put him in defense. That's good. Blake gives us a different identity back there. Look at him. His stats are going crazy. But he's got flair. He tries long passes. He's very good at starting the break. So maybe we should keep him in when we're doing counterattack. But anyway, I just want to get him more playing time. More playing time. That is the mantra for this season. For both the Blake brothers, honestly, is more playing time. There's McCarthy to Smith to McGregor. Gets crunched. Smith gets it all the way back to Blake. Blake drops it back to Bath. Going to reset the offense from here. Out to Smith. McCarthy. Just toying with these guys. Out wide to McCarthy again. He's got an angle. Into Akpom, gets the header on it. So you see Akpom is a little bit more physically talented than some of our other strikers, so he can make plays like that. But he's not really the best finisher in the world. Only 11 finishing, so he plays the complete forward role, so he does a lot of stuff for us, but just goal scoring isn't necessarily his forte. And we are only up 1 goal here. I'm acting like we're blowing these guys out. So if they sneak up and get a draw here for us, this could be bad for team morale. Another highlight for Sheffield. Morrison with the long throw. McCarthy heads it out. There's Schick coming back to get the ball. Gets it up to Akpom. We're going to start the counterattack here. Even though we're in control mode, we're going to drop it back. Work the offense. McGinn to McGregor. McGregor forward to Akpom. Akpom open. He seals it. Akpom, first goal of the season. What did I say about his finishing? He's the best finisher we got? No. Just a good strike. Nice setup, McGinn to McGregor with the one touch. Out to Ekpom, and then just easy. Easy past the goalkeeper. Very well placed shot. And there we go, 3-1. That should get it for us. McGinn again trying to center it. This season we should... Ooh, they got a counterattack here down the sideline. See if Mawson can catch up with him. He cannot. He boots it wide, though. So this season, we're looking to make an early run. We don't want to get left behind like we did last season. Last season, we got left behind early. Had to make it up in the middle and then make a push at the end to get towards the top of the league. We ended up, just 1 or 2 points away from a continental competition. So this season, got to take care of business early in the league, just like we're doing here today. Take care of business, get those points when we can get them. When the points are available, don't give them away. And if we can just do that, I think we'll have a much more successful season. Here's Schick looking to make a play. There's McGregor getting forward. He's confused, doesn't quite know what to do, and gives it up. There's Mawson again coming forward. So I see for offense, Mawson is going to come forward, but we do take a lot of risks defensively. I think we rely on our defensive midfielder and our goalkeeper making plays. Maybe that's not the best way to play. Maybe that's a little too risky. A little, not conservative enough. But, that's the way I like to play, especially in the diamond. Now, that all changes if we go on like huge losing streaks and stuff, and then you try to mix it up. I've noticed this season in one of my MLS saves, I've had to mix things up quite a bit just because something's not working. The thing that worked last year doesn't work the next year. And so you got to mix it up, find new combinations of players, new combinations of strategies, of formations, until you find whatever works in that particular season. So we'll see if we have those kind of troubles this year. Here's McGregor in the offense to Schick. McCarthy looking forward, rolls it forward to McGregor. Chips it over the goal. 82 minutes down. We are in control. Garbett is looking pretty tired. I guess I could get him out of there, right? I do have Tanser on the bench. Yeah, why not? We'll get him out of there. It's probably not good to take out your highest rated player, but, you also don't want to kill him in the first game of the year. Here's Schick. Drops it off to McGinn. Garbett now in support rather than attack. Doesn't get forward, just kind of stays back and loses it. But there's Mawson to clean it up on the back line. 86 minutes down. Schick has the ball. Looking forward to Ekpom. He's got it. He's just going to shoot it. Not going to try to make any sort of fancy move. This is an extra long highlight, and there it ends. All right, so we'll get Garbett out. Bring in Scott Tanser. I kind of rag on Tanser quite a bit, but he's a capable reserve player. So I should be more thankful that he's around. But anyway, let's just hope he doesn't screw up the game here. Here's McGinn getting it forward. Let's see. Gets dispossessed a little bit. They're trying to play tighter defense, it looks like. They're trying to press the action a little bit. We got 30 seconds left in the game, so it's probably the last highlight. We're just keeping control of the ball. Play in the triangle here. McCarthy. We got Blake as the backstop. McCarthy, what was that? Just booted it off his buddy's noggin. Ekpom now is going to get it forward. Nope, McGinn. Ekpom had a chance to get that forward, but he did not. Here's McCarthy now. Uncomfortable in that midfield role. Here's the end of the game. Much better in the defensive midfielder role than the central midfielder role. But, trying to get Blake involved. Anyway, that's the game. That's the match. It kind of devolved at the end into sort of a boring affair. 93 passes completed for McCarthy, 105 for McGinn. McGregor, 87% passing completion. That's pretty good. 22 interceptions by Mawson. He was all over that back line. Take a look at our stats here. Ratings, Mignolet with a 7.0 rating, pretty good. Everybody else, pretty solid. Blake, only a 6.8 rating. Diamantacos was the only disappointment at 6.3. They had some horrific ratings on the back line there. Morrison, 5.9. Bothwick Jackson, 6.1. Rhodes, 6.1. So we took advantage of a pretty bad day for Sheffield to get our first win. Look at that. We're up second place. We're going to the championship, fellas. Day 1 prediction. We're gonna finish second place. Danny Bath. We'll send him to the doctor for a day or two. That's no problem. Go get some stitches. And there we go. Quality of possession provides victory. That's correct. So what do we got coming up? What's on the schedule coming up? Got the EFL Cup versus Portsmouth. We probably won't show that game because it should be a rout. I guess we'll do the 10 game thing. So we'll come back in 10 games somewhere around here. Somewhere around like West Ham, Derby. I mean, I could count theoretically 10 games, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to let you guess. I'm going to let you decide. Liverpool? No, that's way more. Anyway, somewhere in the 10 game radius, we'll come back and show our progress through the season. Hopefully we'll show some new signees, some like 5-star world class players that we're going to bring in here, and yeah, march towards the Premier League championship. All right. So until next time, we'll see you later. Bye-bye.